We use the IMR chart because the product we observe needs quite a long time to produce and it is produced in small number. For the strap length data, there are no points that are outside the control limit. The recapitulation of the data is shown on the left, and we can see that there is no out of control data for the upper length chart. For the lower length chart, there is one point that is outside the control limit, which means the production line must be analyzed and find the root cause problem that caused the out of control data. For the high data, there is also no out of control data which requires the production line to be checked to fix the problem. For the attribute chart, we use the C chart because we want to observe the conformities of each product. Here in the chart we can see that there are two data that are out of control, which means further checking is required in the production line.
Okay, from the previous calculation, we can obtain the process capability. It is the measurement of process ability to produce the parts. In this case, it's a bag within a specified limit, which is USL and LSL. The process capability, the formula is USL minus LSL divided by 6 sigma. The sigma itself, it's approximation calculated from the average of moving range divided by D2. This is a constanta you can find on the table. So this is the result of each part that we calculate: the upper length, lower length, height and strap length. All the results shows that the CP is less than 1, so it means that all of the process using up more than the specified limit. So there are more probability of the process resulting larger defect.
In this case, we would like to know whether the change of sewing machine brand affects the defect rate or not. We have 3 types of sewing machine. They are Singer, Butterfly, and Genome. We use one-way ANOVA method to conduct the DOE test. First, we go to the data analysis panel on Microsoft Excel. Then, we choose ANOVA single factor as our tool. Then, we choose our input range, and the next step is to choose our output range. Click OK, then the result will shown. The result shown that the F value is bigger than the F critical value. Therefore, we reject null hypothesis, which means that the change in sewing machine does affect the defect rate.
Based on the design of experiment, the null hypothesis stated that the change in sewing machine does not affect the defect rate. And in the ANOVA result, we obtained that the null hypothesis is rejected, and it means the change in sewing machine affects the defect rate. We recommend to change the sewing machine into Genome sewing machine.
The second improvement is in the field of quality assurance, specifically in inspection process. The inspection method can be improved by checking the stitches details in the end of every processes to make sure that there are no defects and to minimize the rework, and also to assure that the requirements meet the customer specifications. The third improvement that can be offered is by changing the work layout. Bad layout affects the effectiveness of the process and also affects the result of the product. The layout in the making of batik bag can be improved by making the sewing machine station closer to the cutting station. So, when there is a detected defect after sewing, the worker can easily grab the cutter or scissors in cutting station to directly correct the result.
Quality assurance is a way that the manufacturer or the service provider to make sure that all of their products or services are manufactured or served well, fulfilling the quality requirement. For example, like ISO 9001, the Kaizen, the Pokayoke, and so much more. The quality assurance in the enterprise is really simple. First, from the supplier to the inventory, there will be inspection between that, and the product will go to inspection. When there is a defect product, there will be inspected and then sent back to the supplier. And then next, each department will have an inspection before going to the inventory. And each flow or product will have inspection. Finally, From inventory before going to the customer, there will be packaging process, and before the packaging process, there will be inspection to make sure that all of the product has fulfilling the requirement.